You know what? This is Mike Matthews, the host of Mike's Daily Podcast, and I may or may not have a very important guest on the show today. So yes, you've tuned into the right show today. You've tuned it in with your little tuner into the podcast radio world, and here you are listening to the longest running self-produced daily podcast, Mike's Daily Podcast. Did I mention my name is Mike Matthews? And did I mention that we're walking into Café Anyway? Come on, let me open the door for you. Café Anyway. Welcome to Café Anyway. I'm Mike Matthews.
It's Mike's Daily Podcast.
And look who's here. Lovely lady friend is here.
Hello.
It's FF episode 2938. Mike's Daily Podcast. And it's a show where I'm going to talk and you're just going to listen. Wait.
Laugh with my...
That's my submission.
85-year-old emphysema laugh.
You have an emphysema laugh. That's amazing.
Oh, look who joined us as well.
Rocky the cat is here too. Excellent. So much going on. Mike's Daily Podcast. Well, it's FF episode 2938. It's Café Anyway. Mike. Somewhere in podCastro Valley. Daily. The last place on earth. Podcast. In the land of Ameritopica. Yeah. And you can see a video, although a lovely lady friend isn't in it. The camera's not pointing at her because she wants to remain anonymous. But I have the video on me, and I've got the weird little animals. It says, "What's your spirit animal?" And no matter where I move my head, there's either like what is that one?
Oh, I don't know.
There's a cat. There's the thing. It kind of looks like a lemur. Maybe it's a lemur.
Oh.
And a panda.
Oh,
I think it is a lemur.
Is that?
Anyway.
You have a lemur spirit animal.
I have a lemur spirit animal. See it at mikesdailypodcast.com, and then there's a link to my Facebook. There. And you'll see it and be amazed. Lovely lady friend did something amazing today, and I'd like to congratulate her.
Aw, thank you, love. It's not amazing.
Finally being done with her yoga training.
Thank you.
She had to do one last test that she had to put up, that she had to do
off.
But she did put it off for a long time. And she finally did it today.
Thank you. It's a huge relief.
Yay. Good job, lovely lady friend.
Thank you.
It is a relief. And what do you want to tell people out there that like to procrastinate like you? Oh, wait. Here's today's podcast picture. The podcast picture is this one I showed you earlier, lovely lady friend. It's
Is that the pumpkins?
No.
Oh, the skeletons.
Where did it go?
And the fuzzy owl.
That's right. There it is. It's from Niles. And I think I either took this last year or the year before. But see it at mikesdailypodcast.com. And what was your question? Oh, yes. So, wait, what was my question?
Your question was, what would I like to tell listeners about procrastination?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Put it off.
Put it off.
The late, great Basil the boxer. Aw, he'd be happy to see Rocky. He never met Rocky the cat.
Oh, he would be very happy to see Rocky.
He would chase him all around.
Yeah.
That would be.
I would be curious to see how they'd get along.
Yeah, they would be. Would they be friends? Would Patches? We think possibly Patches the cat knew Rocky, knew Basil, because Patches has been around. We think Patches might be 7 years old, and he could have been walking around the backyard, scrounging for food, and saw Basil, and Basil barked at him, and he ran away.
But he kept coming back.
He kept coming because one of these days Basil's going to be gone. Because I know the law.
Wait a second. Rodler's gone. Basil's gone.
Yeah.
And Patches is still here.
That's interesting. Very suspect. Let's go. We better do have we ever done a background check on Patches?
We have not.
His criminal past? Huh. Oh, speaking of which.
Oh, that's an interesting.
It's the word of dog.
Aw.
There he is. He's saying, yeah, I want to know about the history of Patches, is what he's saying.
Yeah. Basil talking to us from the other side, telling us what really went down.
What happened? And Rodler was a big cat. We were looking at pictures of him. We had him for less than a year, and he just vanished one day. And he was big. We thankfully have a bunch of pictures of him, and we were like, wow. But Patch is not as big.
No. Although he does put on some seasonal poundage.
Yes, that's
some
true.
Some girth.
There's some girth he puts on.
He fills out.
Which leads me to my interesting topic. No, this does not in any way lead me to my first topic.
Mike's Matthewsman Park.
It's the Matthewsman Park.
Wow.
The front panel will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
So prepare yourself for some whiplash. Here we go. Topic whiplash.
Okay, I'm ready.
Meow.
I got my seatbelt.
Actually, this kind of has to do with driving because it's about self-driving cars. Suddenly, San Francisco has learned to love self-driving cars. Just last year, residents wanted to get rid of robo-taxis. Do you remember that?
I do. Did you ever use any of them?
No. You would do before me.
I would, no, hell no. I would be scared.
Well, now locals and tourists can't get enough of it. Last year, Waymo, which is owned by Google's parent Alphabet. So Google and Waymo, which, that's right, there was the Waymo app, which all my friends that were all cool were like Hachi Machi. You got to use the Waymo map. Well, eventually Google bought Waymo, and I think they absorbed them into the Google Maps. So some of the things that Waymo did, Google Maps does now. But Waymo was doing 10,000 paid rides a week. So that's now part of they're now like a driverless taxi thing. They were doing 10,000 paid rides a week. By May, the number jumped to 50,000 a week. So a lot of people have been riding these.
Okay. That's way more than I thought.
Me too, lady from the 1930s television movies. I mean, hey, come up and see me sometime.
Oh, I can't do it. I couldn't do it, love.
All right, well, let me get through the rest of the story because it's really interesting. And I'm now.
I keep cutting you off.
Now I'm obsessed with finishing it.
Okay.
I've got an obsessive compulsive thing going on now. Now it's more than 100,000 across Los Angeles, Phoenix, and San Francisco. That's how many rides are going on.
Dang.
A week, paid rides. As we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in PodCastro Valley, the last place on earth. Oh, look, a robo-taxi just went by. Waymo is ahead of the robotaxi race. And they opened a robotaxi service in Austin, because they're very hip in Austin, Texas. And they plan to launch in Atlanta next year.
Okay.
And for some people, they'll want to take some Mylanta when they get into one of those cars. Because who knows where... Mylanta's not for motion sickness, is it?
Maybe for nausea.
For nausea? Okay.
I don't know.
So
I prefer Pepto. Bismol.
Mike's out of left field recording.
That was out of left field.
Recording everything captures actions that will never again be repeated.
It says here, and I got this from Rob Black, as you know, lovely lady friend, I produce his podcast because that's what I do every morning.
Yes.
You're like, where are you going? And I'm like, I have to produce Rob Black's podcast. And he is heard on AM 1220 KDOW weekday mornings, and he's on Cron TV Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour, which I've shown you some of his YouTube things where he talks about stuff like this. But he says here, 15 years in the rearview mirror. Waymo's been around for 15 years?
I didn't realize that self-driving cars were
15 years old?
That long. Huh.
Yeah, me neither. Huh. Waymo has 300 vehicles in San Francisco doing all that driving and 400 in other markets. So we have the most, it looks like. Part of the draw is not having to talk to anyone. You would like that. No, you like talking to the drivers in the Ubers.
And now
It
we return
depends.
into our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
And lovely lady friend.
It depends, though, on my energy level and my mood. Because sometimes I do just prefer to be quiet.
Yeah. I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about it. How you broke my heart. If you wait a little longer, won't you listen to my heart?
Oh, that's beautiful.
My broken heart. Rod Stewart song.
I don't know it, love.
Let's see. And people like the privacy of not having a driver. Waymo isn't yet taking riders on freeways in the Bay Area despite receiving approval from state regulators in March. Let's take a quick peek to see if we're still recording. We're still recording.
Don't know. Would you want to be in one of those?
We have to win all the things, love.
Who was that?
Warriors! Well, that was the guy, Dwight, from The Office.
Oh.
But the woman was Becky Pringle, and she's part of, like, the teachers union.
Okay.
And she did this speech where she kept saying, she got into one of those things, you know, when speakers are really on fire?
Yeah.
And everybody's cheering them.
Yeah. And
they don't know what to say next, so they just repeat the line that got everybody cheering. So she kept saying, all the things, over and over again. And right-wing talk show hosts just tore them apart with that. Oh, wait, speaking of politicians, you're going to like this one. Okay. Here we go.
Mr. President, are you suggesting President Biden's using cocaine?
I don't know what he's using, but that was not, hey, he was higher than a kite. And by the way, it was the worst address I've ever seen. State of the Nation. I'll tell you, State of the Union, that's not State of the Union because he doesn't represent us properly. That I can tell you.
Wow.
So if Trump gets in office, will he be using cocaine to do his State of the Union? Or it'll actually be State of the State, or when it's the first one of your, because this will be technically a new term, obviously. I don't know.
So since when did Trump become such a connoisseur of someone's level of intoxication?
So, you know, there's a movie about him that's called The Apprentice. And apparently there's a lot of...
This is the movie or the show?
The movie. No, it's a movie called The Apprentice.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was done by Adam McKay, the guy that also did Ricky Bobby and The Big Short and Vice. And he's done a lot of more serious type movies later on, but he initially was comedies like Anchorman and stuff. So this has got a lot of nudity in it, apparently.
What?
Yeah. And some racy scenes.
Oh my goodness.
About Trump's history.
The Fascinating
Okay.
Material Project. FM Project.
Isn't that fascinating?
Is this
material?
already out?
It may be out by the time people hear this. Or this weekend, or I don't know. But
I'd be curious to watch it.
we're in the middle of watching Elementary, though. Oh, remember... Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
We were talking about Gen Zers.
Yes.
Companies are firing Gen Z workers soon after hiring them. Remember, we saw this pop up.
Yes. And you were very excited.
I said this is a fine article that I have to read.
Oh, what was that?
That was Minnie Driver from the movie Circle of Friends. And she goes, you called me a silly fat article. So what's behind the job market struggles? This came from Euronews, so you know it's true. Generation Z is beginning to enter a workforce that fully is not prepared for them. As many recent graduates face complaints about how they fit into the workplace, employers report increasing hesitancy in hiring them. There was a recent report done by Intelligent, is what it's called. I don't know if that's a company or So, but it's an education and career advisory platform. The report, which was based on a survey of nearly 1,000 hiring managers, found that 1 in 6 employees were reluctant to hire Gen Z workers mainly due to their reputation. Aw, that's my Gen Z cousin.
Was that Anki?
That was Anki. She says hi, by the way. She's in Portugal.
Oh. She's in Portugal now?
When is she not traveling?
I mean, let's play this game. Where in the world is Anki?
Yeah, exactly. She says hi, by the way.
Tell her I said hello.
She says, Portugal is great. Everybody speaks English. You'd love it. Because I'm an American and I only speak English. But this is why are they reluctant to hire Gen Z workers? Mainly due to their reputation for being entitled and easily offended. Oh no. Were we easily offended when you were younger? Uh-huh. You're still young.
Oh, but when love.
When you were just getting out of
Mike.
Thank you. Well, you're just getting excuse where I step. Hold on. When you got out of college.
I don't mind getting older, love. Truly.
You get younger the more older you get.
Aw, okay. So when I was younger, because now I'm gray and wise.
Pay no attention to the Carls laughing at you. I had to put the Carls in my podcast laughing.
So when I was younger, did I get offended easily?
I don't remember being easily offended. I mean,
I don't know.
You couldn't be easily offended because our parents said some of the wackest things, and the people that were hiring us were like, they were smoking. Some of them. I'm like, well, I want a job in radio, so I guess I'll put up with your ridiculous comments. Which probably I should, but maybe this is a new generation that says that we won't stand for this.
Yeah, I actually appreciate that about the younger generation.
All right. Well, they're not getting hired. So, moreover, more than half said that this generation, which refers to people being born between 97 and 2010s, actually, Anki would not be a Gen Zer then because she was born before 97, lacks a strong work ethic, struggles with communication, doesn't handle feedback well, and loves kombucha, and is generally unprepared for the demands of the workforce. Wow, that's a bit. I don't know.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I think that the article also talked about the reasons why that it's not that they just want to be entitled or, are willful or don't want feedback. Like, I think it talked a lot about they grew up or they started entering the workforce during COVID, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So they don't have that experience of face-to-face interactions with colleagues, meetings, and all that stuff. Like, everything was either virtual or through electronic communication.
Very well put.
So there's that piece. All of the social and political and economic SHIT that's been happening over the last several years, that also has a direct impact on them.
Well, you will travel into the incredible universe.
They're traveling into the incredible universe.
They are.
Well, this is true. This statement, this also applied to us. They were often unprepared. This applied to me when I was getting out of college for a less structured environment, workplace cultural dynamics, and the expectations of autonomous work. I was like, oh, wait, you mean I don't get fed in the middle of the afternoon in the dorm cafeteria?
Yeah, that was I remember the first year I started working. It was after college graduation. It was a bit of an adjustment. Mm-hmm. It was the first time that I didn't have winter break or that I didn't have
quarters.
That's right. I didn't have summers off.
The cutting corners corner. All right, you have to give a tip, a money saving tip now, because it's the Cutting Corners Corner.
I'm the wrong person to be giving money saving tips. Listen to the Rob Black Show in the morning. That's my tip.
He doesn't really do. All right, sometimes no, actually, he's more in the world of investing and how much. He was talking about how much, because he's got 2 kids now. They're grown up, or they're in high school.
Okay, so they're teens.
And
Magnification.
the amount of the money they need, it's magnifying.
Are they is that Gen Alpha? What is?
I think the kids were born after 97, but before.
This is like hurricanes. It's like we get through the alphabet.
Yeah, what are we going to do after Generation Alpha?
Yeah. What's the next beta?
Well,
that's unfortunate.
Generation Z goes from 97 to 2010s, early 2010s. So that they would be part of that.
Yeah.
Hey, kids.
Oh.
It's me.
Is that Mr.
Do Re
Hand?
Me the Clown.
No, it's Do Re Mi the Clown.
Oh.
He stopped by real quick.
Okay. Does he have something to say about Gen Zers?
No, he left.
Oh.
He likes to scare them. He likes to frighten them. But yeah, I think you're right with this whole COVID. They didn't get the face-to-face as much. And they didn't get to see. What was the other thing? The managers, it says employers are currently hesitant to hire Gen Z due to higher rates of dismissals and challenges. Ginormous challenges integrating them into the workforce. They still make up over 25% of the workforce.
That's huge.
As a result, companies need to spend more money and time on training.
Yeah.
And then their Gen Zers will thrive. But the thing you were saying about, although they may have some theoretical knowledge from college, they often lack the practical real world experience and soft skills required to succeed in the work environment, which was true for us too.
But it's one of those circular things where in order to get that experience, they need to work.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can't get work, then they can't get that experience. So they're back to square one.
That's true. Hey, look
back
who's
to
here.
Circle one.
Look who's here. Circle one. Hello, my gosh, it's Madame Rootabega, and I just saw Do Re Mi the Clown. He's very scary. Ooh. Hello, lovely lady friend.
Hey, madam. Madam, have you seen It?
Yes.
What do you think of that clown?
Yes.
Yes, you're not scared of? Is it Pennywise?
No.
Okay. Wait, have you dated Pennywise?
Yes.
Oh, madam.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
You do your thing, madam.
Okay. No. Do you know who this band is? Yes. How about you, lovely lady friend?
What?
Yes.
No.
No.
What is it? I can't see, love.
Do you see?
No. Diamond Rio?
Diamond Rio.
Can you sing a song for me?
They had a song that crossed over. One more day, one more time, one more chance.
I don't know.
Oh. They had this song, That's How Your Love Makes Me Feel Inside.
Aw.
Cow in the road, swerve to the left.
What?
Fate skips a beat and scares you to death, and you laugh until you cry. That's how your love makes me feel inside.
These are interesting lyrics. Okay.
They were like bluegrass, but with not so much. You know how bluegrass is more acoustic bass. This had like actual bass and drums and sometimes keyboards and whatnot.
Okay, they looked very 90s.
Yes, they were. That was 90s.
Okay.
Their biggest song, because it was the first single they ever had. We're in our band's mutations section of our show. They had their first single went to number one. It was like one of the first times a country band's first single went to number one. And it was, I'll start walking your way. You'll start walking mine. We meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, but we both give a little. Ain't no road too long if we meet in the middle. But there's all these harmonies and stuff going on. But it had this
beautiful.
That was the beat. It was like bum bum. Bum, bum, which almost sounds like I love rock and roll. Put a dime in the jukebox, baby. Bum, 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 bum.
You could do a mashup of those two songs, love.
Oh, there's a channel I subscribe to that mashes up Michael Jackson and Motorhead together. Like it. Wait, what?
Wow.
And Queen with Mariah Carey. It's
what you never thought, yeah.
The stuff they can do, AI stuff too, with that. Lovely lady friend, there's one other group of people we need to say hi to.
Oh.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we hear you guys want to go for a flight somewhere there.
Yeah, you want to fly. Do you know that? I just want to fly. Put your arms around me, baby. Band's Mutations. Put your arms around me, baby. I just want to fly. Well, Sugar Ray won't go with us, but who was that guy? That guy was the guy that never ages. The lead singer. He also was on Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Okay, somebody just shouted it out in the audience, and I didn't hear it. And none of the Café Anyway characters know who it is or the podcast players. But anyway, Café Anyway, we would like to go for a flight. My birthday's coming up, so maybe we'll go somewhere. There was an interesting story today about how American Airlines now, if you try to jump ahead, if you're in group 7 and group 1 is boarding, and then you try to go in with group 1, when you scan your ticket, it goes wah wah, and the flight person says get out of line, and
you do the walk of shame.
Yeah, so get ready for that if you're on American Airlines, and maybe the other ones will pick that up too. But usually when lovely lady friend and I don't know an answer to a question, we immediately will ask the lady whose first name starts with the letter A, and I don't want to say it because it will kick off everyone's Amazon devices if I say it. But you know who it is.
Yes. With A? Or not S?
S?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the S one.
The S one? You mean with Apple?
Yeah. Yes, with A.
Mark McGrath.
Ah, yes. Very good.
All right. Well, we should have made this a contest and have people.
And you weren't even in the shower.
Why would I have to be in the shower?
Because doesn't that happen sometimes? Like you get these ideas, these breakthroughs in the shower. Not you personally, but people.
Brainstorming.
Yes, like you come up with ideas in the shower. They just come to you, like the muse visits you.
You're right. Sugar Ray.
In the shower.
Sugar Ray came from Newport Beach, California.
I remember he had those blonde tips.
Yes. And actually, they started in 86.
What?
Wow.
Really?
They were also known as Shrinky Dinks. Interesting. Band's Mutations. Wow. Well, what do you think? And what other interesting things would you like to contribute? Here's the phone number.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
Lovely lady friend, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. I know it's been a while. I won't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger. Congratulations on becoming a yogi.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate it.
Is that what you are, a yogi?
Sure.
Oh, wow. That was a Muttley laugh right there. Did you ever see Muttley? He was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, the dog. He had a wheezy laugh like that.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, well, no, I haven't seen him, but yes.
Name 2 Sugar Ray songs.
Well, that one, I Just Want to Fly.
Which is called Fly.
And...
is not a song. Not One Day, but... Not one day. But it's actually called... That's right, it's called Someday.
Always there for me.
It was a song called Someday.
That one.
And then When It's Over... And then they had a song called Every Morning There's a Halo when it's over my bed. It's called Every Morning.
Oh, maybe that's the one I was thinking. I don't know.
They also did a couple covers, I remember, that were interesting. And they had an album called Music for Cougars in 2009. Wow. Gosh, the band's mutations that this band did, they were also known as Lemonade and the Brownies.
What?
Wow.
Lemonade and the Brownies. Okay.
There's all kinds of bands attributed to them. Oh, no, wait. That was their debut album, was Lemonade and Brownies.
Love, what would we call ourselves if we had a band?
Oh, but there was the Tories. They originally were part of that as well as Shrinky Dinks.
Lord.
What was our band would be the Cat Callers.
I was going to say something about cats. The Cat Callers?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever heard that band Taco Cat?
Taco Cat. I think that...
They're kind of like punk girls type, or what do they call it?
I think you showed me... Didn't you show me a video or something of theirs?
Yes.
I like Taco Cat.
Taco Cat. I've interviewed a band called The Balconies that kind of sounded like them.
Like Taco Cat?
Yeah. But and if you go to mikesdailypodcast.com, there is the interviews that are hidden up in the upper left-hand corner where it says home. And when you hover your cursor over that or touch the word home with your finger on your phone, the interviews all pop up. So, yes, that's where you can find that. Punk rock, pop rock, surf punk. They're known for their feminist themes.
Huh.
And they have all kinds of interesting... What? The four bonded over their mutual affection for 90s music. The Riot Girl movement. That's Riot and then girl with like 3 R's.
Yeah.
With no I. And Kevin Costner's Waterworld. They like that, apparently. So there, we've learned a lot today on the show.
Okay.
As per usual. Well, with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, let's go to the main frame and hear from A-Frame. Thank you again, lovely lady friend.
Aw, thank you, my love.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!